Oh, how's it going, everybody? It's your boy Charisma here. We're going to talk about Violence District today and how they really just need to rework the system. And I'm sure they might already be aware of it, but they need to rework the system because, dear goodness, the concept of this game is really fun. It's basically like Dead by Daylight, but on a Roblox version. Right now, it has an active concurrent players of 46,000. That is really good. It has a 92% overall rating. That is good. Like, that's pretty good. 9 out of 10 people, over 9 out of 10 people are saying this is a good game. Phenomenal. Now, there are definitely some horrible things that are going with this game. And now, granted, it is in the alpha. It is in the alpha. It's in the works. But a lot of these issues here makes me not want to play this game because it's just so freaking annoying. And it's not even like, oh, I'm going against sweaty people or anything like that. I don't even care about that. I don't. That's not even the issue. My biggest issue with this game is the queue system. Dear goodness, the queue system is horrible. It is trash. And I hope that they can get this changed here because I like the game itself. I like it. I enjoy it. It is fun when it can be played in the right way. Meaning that and I'll explain here later on in the video. But yeah, when it can get played in the right way, it's really fun. So we're going to talk about it. I have some bullet points here, so I'm looking to my left or whatever. That's why. So basically, the queue system needs a rework. There is no queue for killer or survivor, and that is unfortunate. Now you could argue basically that there's not enough players, and if that's the case, I completely understand. And there might have to be some other alternatives. And you might be wondering, what do I mean by queue system? When you play Violence District and you get into a game, you don't get to choose if you want to be sitting in queue for killer or survivor. It's not like Dead by Daylight. But Dead by Daylight also has a lot more player base as well. So I wish the Violence District would make it to where you can queue up as a killer or as a survivor. Because I know there's survivor mains who don't want to play killer. They don't want to, every 4 matches or 5 matches play killer. And vice versa. Someone like me wants to play killer way more than survivor. I find it more enjoyable for me personally to be the killer. I feel like I have to use more of my mental mind to play like 4D chess, to try to mind game them and that kind of thing. And I enjoy killer more. The problem is they don't have a queue system to automatically go into it. So I have to basically play multiple games in order to get the killer. And let's say it takes me 3 matches, every 3 matches. So let's say it takes 30 minutes before I get into a killer match on average. And then I get into a killer match. You know how many times that when that point comes to me when I get a killer match where it's like 3 people? You know how not fun it is to play a match with 3 people? It is so not fun. It is so not fun. 5 people, you can argue it's too much, but I'd rather easily have 5 people because it's more of a challenge to go after different people and it's more fun. 3 people is not fun. It's not a challenge. You can pop gens quick if there's 3 people. Cool, but I don't care. Like on the killer side, like it's not really a challenge. I can hunt you down, and win. I don't want an easy free win like that. Like as a killer, that's just boring, and I have to wait 30 minutes to get into a killer match, and then there's like 3 people, and it's like, well, now that's over. So now I have to play some more matches, and then hope that I get 4 people. Because if you guys don't know, right away, if you join into a game, like when it puts you into the game for Survivor Killer, if you click like the chat thing, it'll tell you instantly if you're Survivor or Killer, and people will just leave if it doesn't fit it, and there's no penalty. So it's just freaking annoying. So it's like people just like if and I get it, like if someone only wants to play Survivor and they don't want to play Killer, like I understand. But it's just annoying because then it affects other people. And if someone is Killer, they don't want to deal with 3 people. So it's like, dear goodness. And then let's see, whatever. And then and then another thing is here that I'm just not a big fan of, and is freaking annoying, is that like when you play the game of Survivor, you can look at through all the perks, save up money, and just buy all the perks. right off the bat. But for killer, unless I'm mistaken here, you have to get to that like level 15, 30, or 45 to unlock the perks from that killer to be able to use on different killers. So if I use Slasher or whatever, and I only get to level 10, I can't use like any perks for like other characters. So I gotta get to level 15 first to get that perk to be able to lock it on other killers. And you might be wondering, what's the problem? Well, the issue is, one, survivors get access to all of their perks right away. They just have to have the currency to buy it. And they can just buy the items just like that. Killer, on the other hand, has to grind. How many matches do you think it's going to take to get you to level 45 when there is no queue system? Like, dear goodness. Like, I only have one perk. When I play my killer matches right now, I only have one perk because I got the Slasher to level 15, but my other killers are not high enough. And it's not because I suck at the game, because I win most games. It's just, when you only play a killer 1 out of every 4 matches, it takes a hot minute to unlock those perks. So if you want like a slowdown perk, and it's level 30 or 45, dear goodness, you know how long that's going to be? Like, you need to play hours and hours and hours a day, not because of just skill to grind it, but because the lack of being able to queue as the killer to get those perks. So it's like you have to put in more time just so you can get more matches. And it's like, but if you could queue up instantly, and maybe it takes 5 to 7 minutes, and to get into a killer match, at least that way you can get more matches consistently. In like an hour, you can get like, let's say 4 killer matches in an hour versus like 1 to 2. That's still like double, which means you can put in, you can be more efficient with your time. Let's say you only have 2 hours today to play Roblox. If you play just the way how it has now, you might just get like 2 to 3 matches, if that. And then the rest of it's going to be, majority of it's going to be Survivor. And it's just like, it's just annoying because it's like, brother, like, fix it. Now, there are in the alpha, and I'm sure I think I've seen it, that they are made aware that like people want to either be only Survivor or Killer. And I think they're working on, I don't know if they're working on a queue system or if they're working on like a different like system kind of thing to like make it more likely to get one over the other depending on your preferences. But this game is fun. And like if you're a Survivor main, you have more of the advantage of this game because most of your matches are going to be Survivors, because just statistically, like if there's 4 people and you play 4 matches, you're probably just going to get it once. One killer, that means 75% of the time you're going to get Survivor. While if you want to only play Killer, you're only going to get like 25% of the time. That is freaking annoying. And you want to lock those perks, guess what? It's going to be difficult to unlock those perks because you got to put way more time just to get those killer matches. And so it's like, and let's say you do bad on a couple, and then it's like, dang, that sucks. At least with Dead by Daylight, like, yeah, I have matches where I lose and I don't do very good, but I can hop right in, and usually within 5 minutes, I get put into a killer match. So I really wished they would make a queue system if it's viable. Even if you had to wait 5 to 8 minutes, really 5 to 8 minutes, I think is better to get into a killer match than to just keep playing multiple games until you get picked as killer. Unless the queue system for that is going to be like 20 minutes per match, I can understand why they wouldn't want to implement that. But it is just, man, it is a fun game in of itself, but the queue system is just so rough that like, I don't have time to play for 3 hours to just to get like 2 to 3 killer matches. Maybe 4 to 5, maybe. I just don't have time for that. Like, and it's just, man. So that's my thoughts here. The game in and of itself is fun. I like the concept. Yeah, you could argue Survivor is definitely way more Survivor sided than Killer sided. I will definitely double down on that. But at the end of the day, that's not really necessarily my biggest qualm with this game. It's the auto queue system. The auto queue system, or their queue system right now, where you just join a lobby, you have 1 minute, and then you get like most of your matches are going to be survivors. It needs to be fixed. I want to make more content on this game. I really do. But dear goodness, I don't have time to put in a bunch of time to be a survivor, and I'm not going to flip through different matches and screw other people out just so I can get a killer one match. Like, that's annoying too. Like, so that's my thoughts. Overall, in of itself, the game is fun. Just the queue system just sucks. But hopefully they can fix it and work on it, and at least come up with a better trajectory of a queue system or something, or a better medium. So, but let me know what your guys' thoughts are. You guys have a good Thanksgiving. I appreciate you all, and bye-bye.